Yes, and you know when we take a break in the mood, it's because we have some guests in here in the studios on the mood in the morning. So we go into our Sunrise Sitdown. Yes, and I have three beautiful ladies in front of me. One of them I've known for years. Actually, you too. You belong to a friend of mine. This one has been my friend, well, and you're new. I know it's about the... We have someone from the white NGO from White and Yellow Cross.
Correct.
We also have
St.Maarten
Senior Citizens and someone from SXM Doet. So I'm going to say good morning, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
They say that in harmony. So good morning. So how y'all ladies doing this morning?
Doing good.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming into the studios here at 105. And like I explained earlier, usually a Sunrise Sit-Down is basically just a regular conversation that we would definitely having. So I'm going to start off first with SXM Doet. Please let my listeners, and I have listeners all over the world, so please let my radio listeners and my online listeners know who you are and what are you going to be doing here this morning? What are you going to be speaking about this morning?
So, good morning, everyone. Good morning, radio listeners. My name is Shanika Ramney, and I'm one of the 4 coordinators for SXM Doet. And today we have 2 of our NGOs here with us who will be going a bit in depth about their projects. But before they get into that, I just wanted to give a brief explanation about SXM Doet. Because a lot of people, I guess you hear it, you probably see it. Sometimes you hear Doet, sometimes you hear SXM Doet. It's still the same thing, it's just different variations of the word. But SXM Doet is basically one of the largest volunteer initiatives that we have here on St.Maarten. Okay. It happens annually. For a lot of persons that are familiar with the brand and the concept, it usually used to happen in March. However, for the last 2 years, the dates have shifted, so it's now in May. So it's soon approaching. It's actually happening this Friday, May 15th, and Saturday, May 16th. And the whole concept of SXM Doet is where all of the different NGOs on St.Maarten, they have the ability to apply for funding and also get the support that is needed to execute a project that they have in mind. So this is kind of like one of the starting points where NGOs have the opportunity, if they have an idea and they say, you know what, maybe I need that extra support to bring it into realization. SXM Doet is there to support them. And afterwards, if a lot of persons, especially with volunteers, want to continue giving back, they can do so. So it's really a great initiative for persons who are looking for something different to do, to connect, to network, team building. I think SXM Doet is the way to go.
Okay, well, you see, that's why we're having this conversation. I usually see SXM Doet because I have a friend actually is a part of it, which is Kanagita. Kanagita's the last name, I think. I'm not sure, but I know she's also a part of it. And I see you guys doing a lot of cleanups around, and especially I usually used to see it before with the beach cleanups.
Yes.
You understand? Yes. Where people go to the beaches, and it kind of irks me for a lot too because I work. Besides here in the morning, I also do a lot of port work, so I'm on the boardwalk constantly. And then when I see the state of the boardwalk and I see the beaches where people come down, they go to the beach, but they don't clean up after themselves.
Exactly.
You know, and that is something that is because I say our first line of defense, besides our airport, is our port. Right. These people come into town first before they go anywhere else. So if they come in and they see the beach is a mess, what are we leaving their expectation of us as?
Exactly.
So that there with SXM Doet, I've been seeing that, but now I have a lot more information on the different NGOs and stuff like that.
Yes, because a lot of people know Doet, especially when they think, okay, I'm going to volunteer. A majority of our projects, I would say, fall in line in terms of like the cleanups that you mentioned, but also beautification. So a lot of painting that you would see.
So the paintings around on the buildings, that's SXM Doet that's doing all these paintings on the buildings and stuff like that?
No, it's a different project from the same organization. So SXM Doet is actually a project that stems from the Be the Change Foundation. But just like many different foundations here, they have different projects that happen as well. So the different murals that you actually see, especially in town, actually comes from a project called Color Me SXM, which is actually spearheaded by Lara Bainsdorp and Melanie Schwazi.
Melanie Schwazi.
Yeah. Yes, so Lara and Melanie. Yes, they were the OG OG. So our team like to say they were the original ones because they actually started as SXM Doet, and then after when they got to their 10th year,
I said Kanagita, but her mom is a Kanagita.
Yes,
so.
exactly. Yes. So after that, they handed over to us. So we have been leading it for the past 4 years now.
Right.
Yes.
Because I love to see there's so many, like I said, it's the first line of defense for the tourists that come into town. And whenever they come into town, they always sit down by these murals and take so many pictures. So it's also something that is giving back, basically. So when they come and they see these things and they take pictures, someone definitely will ask, where was this picture taken? Where was this mural taken? So there's a lot of beautiful murals. So I commend you guys, and I also say congratulations as well for doing what you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
yes, so like I mentioned, a lot of our classic projects are the beautification projects. However, we do have a lot of social projects as well, and today we have 2 of our early duties that we like to call them. So we have this thing that we recently implemented over the years, where organizations that the top 10 organizations that register, they have the opportunity to get like extra perks, and one of them is actually coming on the radio and actually showcasing their project, but also just having more persons hear about their organization, because oftentimes it's unfortunate. A lot of the negative hits, the news, but we don't often hear about the positive that's truly happening there.
Everything negative hits the news.
Yes, but especially, yeah,
it does. I mean,
but we just saw it as a great opportunity to give the NGOs, more of the limelight that they deserve. So this is one of the great ways. So this morning we have Miss Marva from the St.Maarten Senior Citizens Recreational Center, and we also have Miss Shamikwa from the White and Yellow Cross, who will be telling you guys a lot more about their projects, and if they're missing any volunteers, listen keenly so that you can go and register.
Hello and good morning, Marva. How you
good
doing?
morning.
I could call her Marva because I have known Marva forever. So, how you doing this morning, my dear?
I am good. Good morning, Radio Land, and thank you for giving us this time.
Oh no!
So we can
for this kind of information, I will always make the time, because I think it is basically, it's very important for the whole society and the whole entire community, and even the people that are abroad, to understand what's really going on in the country. Because, like the young lady just said, it's very, very easy to point out the negative. It's very easy to do everything that is negative, because I think it is basically fun for them to say when something is wrong, but when something is good, they barely speak about it. And the positivity that comes out of it is very, very minimal. But when there is something negative, they grandstand and they talk about it, and it's this and it's that. And I personally, I don't read the newspapers. I pay no attention to the news, period. I don't
do the same.
It might be kind of weird to say, but when I look at the papers and I see the negative that they champion, you understand, and I see what's going on in society that no one pays attention about, I am not going to be the only one to point a finger. I just prefer to just stay quiet and let the clowns have the circus.
Exactly.
And that's just it. But thank you so much for coming through. So, Miss Marva, tell us what's going on with the senior citizens, because they are us.
Yeah, they are us. And truly, being there with them, I learn a lot of things. I've been there since 2004.
So you have over 20 years now.
Yeah, a long time. And things that I never knew, I know now.
Right.
So a lot of people always ask me, why are you with the old people? And I'm like, they're not old people. They are senior citizens.
And I agree.
Okay?
Completely
so
agree.
don't ever call them old people.
No.
They're going to correct you. Yes, they're going to correct you.
And my mom was a senior, and my dad was a senior, so and I know we couldn't tell them that.
Yes. So with the St.Maarten Doet, this is our 3rd year doing this, and I always ask my seniors what they want. Right. I never would say, okay, we're going to do this. No, because it has to be something that they really want. Right. And they always say a picnic, a barbecue. Right, we focus on having a fun day barbecue with a lot of games for them. Right. And they take part in these things. And then we also, challenge them to see who can win.
Right.
Because our main activity is the bowling and the bocce ball.
Okay.
So we make an indoor court in the building itself, and they have fun. They take part. They have a lot of fun.
Well, I think that is very, very important for the, like you just said, don't call them old people, call them the elders. I mean, because they are elders to us and they teach us so much.
Yes.
It's like me having a friend and I'm saying, because they live abroad and like, let's say, they can't go outside and get no bush tea. They can't go. I mean, in America, you can't walk outside and get no lemongrass. You can't get no soursop leaf. And then you got to explain to them, yo, if you mix soursop and lemongrass together, you're going to sleep for sure, but you're waking up good.
Yes.
You understand? Because soursop, when you mix soursop with lemongrass, it definitely knocking you out. You understand? But they wouldn't know that not unless an elder told them. You understand?
Correct.
So I know this.
Correct.
So and I am older than them. So it's like all my teachings from all my elders, my aunties, my grandma, my grandfather, I would always tell a younger person, look, check this out, do this, because I always say, as well as having my own ailments growing up, it's like I know for a fact there is money. There's no money in the cure.
No.
There's money in the medicine.
In the medicine.
So they're going to try to put as much meds in you as possible, but that don't mean all these meds are good. And you hear that from the elders as well when they tell you, well, I don't take that, but I don't drink this. You understand? And realize that it's basically the same thing.
The same thing.
You understand? There's paracetamol plants. You understand? For pain. You know what I mean? There's lemongrass for ulcers. And I can go through the whole line because I got a book with all the plants. Some of the plants I didn't even know that when I walk around and I see them in my yard, I was like, oh, but it's good for that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So with that is also a great initiative of getting them to do something, because you don't want them sitting down not doing anything.
Correct.
You understand? That gonna make them, that for me, that makes an elder sad when they cannot do anything, when you just basically put them aside in the corner. So I appreciate
look forward to
because
coming out.
Mama,
you know?
like I said, I've known you for years. You understand? Softball, volleyball, you understand all of that, and now you have taken your time out to grow with the elders, because we are basically around that same age bracket anyway. You understand? So when I sit down and I look at it, I'm saying, well, it's nice to see a friend of mine that's actually taken time out to do this and made this her passion and her time to take care of the elders, because we need more of that.
Yeah, we do.
You understand? Because the stories that I could imagine, the stories that you've heard and the things that you've heard from them, and the knowledge that you have gained from them, just being able to sit down and talk to them and hear the cries, hear the pleads, hear their plights. I think you're supposed to sleep comfortable at night.
Yeah, I do. I mean, they always give me a lot of remedies. So I also have a flu shot that they gave me. So
in a bottle?
No, the whole
the whole remedy, in a bottle
that you can make it yourself
and put it in a bottle.
and put it. Yeah,
oh yeah, well I like
very
that.
Good,
I like coming for that.
Yeah, no problem.
Because there's this mad flu going around right now.
Oh yes,
you understand? Yes. And it is weird for me. I mean, like I said, with COVID and all these other nonsense, it's just the flu.
It's just the flu.
It's just a different type of flu. You understand? So you need, but again, they're going to put you with medicine that your body don't really need, because that's not helping the flu.
Correct.
You understand? It's like an old, like an elder would say, you got a fever, cut some potato, put on some socks, put it under your foot. Go suck out the fever.
Of course.
And people don't realize that, and that is true.
Because
is true. When you get up in the morning, you take out that sock, that potato black, but you don't have the fever no more.
Yeah.
You know, so it's things like that. So I want to send me that remedy.
Definitely,
Boy,
no problem. And also, if you, I mean, the modern way now, they just tell you if you have a hangover, drink the last drink that you had. But if you take soursop bush
and drink that,
you crush it up,
hangover
pass it over your face,
hangover gone.
Drink the tea.
Hangover gone.
Hangover gone.
So are you hearing? You know? All of those who party for Carnival.
Exactly.
You know, by saying that now, you ain't got no soursop leaves left, because you know they're picking every soursop they can find now. You understand? Correct. So, but nah, it's like I said, like you said, it's those remedies and that information what we don't have. I mean, like myself, and I am diabetic, but I've also understand that it's what we ingest in our system is what give us these ailments. You know, so with me reading up a lot on it and understanding it, me, my doctor does be at it all day. Every time I go and I check that, me don't want that. I gonna take this.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know, you have a prescription to write. That's your quota. I'm trying to stay alive, and I'm good at it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you, Marva. Thank you so much for that information. So what else are you doing for the elders? You see, like I just said, when conversations start, conversations can go on and on. And I know my listeners love it.
We operate every Tuesday and Thursdays at a Hope Estate, where the seniors come out. We open our doors from 7:30 in the morning. That whoever have to drop them and they have to get to work on time, that they have enough time to bring them. We also have a bus that I drive and pick up some seniors and bring them to the center. And you know, it does hurt me because sometimes they would tell you, you know, I have children, but if I ask them to take me somewhere, they never have the time.
Oh Lord.
You know.
This is a part of the conversation. I was hoping that it wouldn't have reached to this part of the conversation.
But it happens every day.
But it is a reality.
It happens every day.
But you know, and I think what you need to say right now is they need to remember that eventually they will become a senior.
They don't think that way.
Don't worry, they're going to come.
They don't think that way.
But they're going to figure it out later on. Correct. So we're going to leave it there and that till them. They're going to figure it out later on. Right. You understand? Because like I said, I remember when your hair was dark and my beard was black. You understand?
So true.
But nah, it's a part of it.
Yeah, you know but overall, they love to, you know, enjoy themselves.
Right.
I mean, like, for instance, when we go looking for donations, you know, to do different activities with them, the people would always say, oh, the seniors again? Why they don't stay home and just grow old? No, it's not for them to stay home and grow old. They have to enjoy life.
I'm going to say it again. Them who say it, they can get old soon. They get old sooner than they think. Because imagine, we're in 2026. We halfway through the year already. It was just January the other day.
Yeah.
You understand? And I am a January born. So when I tell you it was just January the other day, trust me, it was just January the other day. You understand? So we're going to leave them, let them stay with that thought and let them grow old. And then they will understand when age starts to catch up on you, you need somebody there to check for you. You know, so we're gonna leave that one there. That's another conversation, because we could go into that conversation and then we hear all morning talking about it. You know what I mean? So Marva, thank you so much, and SXM Doet, the elderly, you know, thank you, because it's people like yourselves is what we really, really need. You understand? And I know for a fact the system is listening, which is the government building, and everybody else is listening, because everybody listens to me.
Okay.
So they're going to understand it eventually, because they themselves, like I said, don't worry, they can get old too.
Correct.
You understand? Correct. So we gonna let them continue thinking that. But I commend your initiative, because when you sit down, I could imagine the amount of knowledge you have gained throughout time being there. You said since 2004.
2004.
So that's 22 years, Marva.
Yep.
22 years dealing with the elderly. So your knowledge is vast. You need to write a book. We don't do that often.
Oh, yeah.
Sit down and write a book, man. Sit down and write a book.
Third person telling me that.
Yeah, just call it They Say They Old. Just give the name of your book right here. They Say They Old. You understand? So thank you so much for doing what you do, Martha. And I appreciate you. And I know a lot of my listeners, they do appreciate you as well.
Yes.
So you have one more lady in here. I know this lady, she's a lake.
Yeah.
She belonged to a friend of mine. How you doing, my dear?
Hi, good morning, radio listeners. I am good, and yourself?
I am well. We gotta tell them who you be. I know who you is. They don't know who you is.
So, my name is Shamiko. I'm here from the White and Yellow Cross, the Sister Basilia department.
All right.
For our activity, we basically try to cater to our clients. So we don't have any painting we're doing or anything like that. We're also doing an activity which would be a beach day for our clients, because they're more on the sensory exploration end. So a beach day at Kimsha is what we will have on Friday for them.
Okay. All right. So, and what's it, like the White and Yellow Cross? I mean, I have a My sister-in-law actually used to work for the White Nail Lacrosse at one point in time. And explain to our listeners, what is the task of the White Nail Lacrosse in that aspect? Because you're giving them because you said clients.
Correct.
You understand? So when you say clients, it makes me wonder what type of clients that you would really have, because it is still the white and yellow cross. So
Agreed.
I'm trying to figure out. Explain me, because I don't know.
So I work in the department of clients with an intellectual disability. So clients that have Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, and along that way.
Right.
So most of my clients are nonverbal, like I said, and also seek sensory stimulation. So going to do a little picnic would be nice, but however, water is a great stimulation for them. Okay. So having a beach day would be really great, because most of my clients are nonverbal, so they express themselves and be a little bit more happier when they're in water. Right. So having them for a beach day would be really much more beneficial to them. Mm-hmm. In that kind of way. Okay,
so that's why basically most of the time I've seen you do it before, where a lot of them come down to the Walter Plant Square.
Agreed.
And they go through the fountain.
Agree. And they will run back and forth. While others would get tired, they will go back and forth in the water. Because it's pretty much a stimulation for them, because a lot of the environment can be very overstimulating, mm-hmm. and they don't know how to regulate themselves, and water is a regulation for them.
Okay. All right, but I didn't know. You see, I learned so much things today, because sometimes you actually, because it's I like the way you actually place your wording, which is very important, because some people can be very harsh on these individuals as well.
Agreed.
When you do not understand mm-hmm. their ailments, because it is an ailment. It's something that some were born with, some contracted. Some,
agreed.
You understand? So it is like I said, it is stuff like this is what I strive to understand and know, because when you see a child with Down syndrome, when you see a child with autism, I have a very, very close friend that has I cried actually for the carnival, because he was visiting me and he showed me a video where his son hasn't spoken in about 9 years. He doesn't speak. You understand? And it was surprising for both of us, where he was at a class and he started speaking. You understand? Because they was talking about fishes, and he loves fishes. Correct. So he started talking about the fishes.
Correct.
And he's like, yo, bro, look this and check this out. And I cried, because I know that
I'm about to cry, because
he's been my friend for over 20 years. So I know this baby ever since he was born, and you can see it. But I also have another friend, and I said, people with autism, kids with autism, where they lack in one area, they excel in another.
Correct.
I have another friend that has a daughter that has autism, but she's a brilliant piano player, and she started playing piano when she was 3. She's about 12 now. You understand? Still don't talk, still don't speak, but put her in front of a piano, mm-hmm. and that comes out. And I am usually in awe and amazement, because everything is by ear then, because she can't read notes. You understand? But if she hears a song, she can pick out the keys. Right. And that there is, because I'm a musician myself, and piano is one of the basis of most music. So if you can play guitar, if you can play piano, you could automatically be a writer of music. She does neither. But piano is something she plays, and I'm talking anything. Once she hears it, she can pick the piano keys out of that and play that whole entire melody, and she's at peace. Take the piano away, and then you go find out something different. So I commend you and your staff that is actually dealing with this. I see it every day. I could imagine how tiresome it can be. You understand? But in order to do this, you have to love it.
You do. You do.
So when I see your father, I'm going to tell him, you got a good one there, brother. So what else besides the beach? So the beach day is on Friday.
The beach day is on Friday, correct. We'll be down there from 9 until 2 p.m. We already have all our volunteers. We're one of the first to have all of our volunteers. So we have volunteers already. But if you would like to come, it's open to the public. You can come. You can meet our clients, because they're usually stereotyped. So it's more also of recognition for them. So that you can come around and see that they're not what you think they are. They're really not. Right. I have clients that can sit and have an entire conversation. I mean, the conversation isn't anything that you would want it to be, but they can have an entire conversation with you, So it's more also of recognition for them. So people can understand, come around them. They're here. You can't get rid of them. They're here. And they also love the recognition. They really do.
And as well, I mean, as in the elders, where there is a home, because I know there's a specific home, but besides those are at home with family members that bring them there, is there a special place for these? Because most of them are young people.
Correct.
You understand? So does the White and Yellow Cross have a specific place where they...
Within the White and Yellow Cross, there are different departments. Most people only know the St.Maarten home. Right. However, we have the elderly home, the St.Maarten home, and then Sister Basilia's department. Right. Within Sister Basilia, there are 3 departments. So it's the Day Activity Center, where clients that live at home come throughout the day, and then they come from 8 until 3 p.m. Then you have the residence department, which is 24-hour care, that clients that live there at the facility. And then you have the guided living, where we have clients that are quite independent and live at Hope Estate.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so by the residence department, it's 18 and up, but it's also full to capacity as well. But we don't have the live-in care for the smaller ones, because we really wouldn't be able to give that to them. So they stay at home, and then they come throughout the day for activities by the Day Activity Center.
Okay, I'm about to throw something out there that I don't know if most people ask, but I am going to ask. All 3 of these ventures, White and Yellow Cross, Elderly, Doet, what is the injection of government to these organizations? Everybody said, everybody, if you all could see what it looked like here for a minute, everybody went,
we were.
Yes, so I'm going to ask that question because, again, with the elderly, they need care.
Right.
You understand? With White and Yellow Cross, they need care. With Doet, but all of these are volunteer-based. You understand what I'm saying? So if they're volunteer-based, what is the government injection in this? Because I have my qualms on the things government choose to put their money into. You understand? And then when you sit down and you look at it, I will specifically ask the question, what in the hell are they doing? Because if you are talking 10, 15 volunteers that coming through, maybe more.
Yes, 10.
You have another 10, 15. Yeah. Doet has another 20, 30 because I see it. We are talking 100 individuals volunteering. But everything you do in system, in life, costs money.
Right.
Bus costs money, need gas. Bus costs money, need gas. Bus costs money, need gas, right? Right. You understand? I've seen something been circulating. I don't know if y'all have seen it. We are second highest when it comes to gas going up.
Agreed.
Yes, I've seen that.
You understand? And I just travel around lots and lots and lots of times. I know we don't buy gas daily. I'm talking the system doesn't buy gas daily, doesn't buy gas monthly. They buy gas in bulk. So if bulk was 50%, if bulk was 50 cents 3 months ago, you still have that bulk of gas. How could it be $1.50 now? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But so again, come back to who helping all you on this thing, man?
Well, with us, we only have St.Maarten Development Funds that gives us a grant. That's the only.
St.Maarten Development is who?
SMDF.
Government?
I guess they just get some money from government.
I say government. I don't want. I think Marva, I'm not even going to. With me, I'm not going to even pretend.
Sometimes they doesn't get their money on time either. So then we have to wait. You know. So
yeah, but so you're telling me then, when the elderly can't get it, the elderly have to wait.
Yeah, you have to wait. Everybody have to wait.
Everybody have to wait.
Yeah. So if government really consider her people. I mean,
but government getting old. Just say to them, government getting old too.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, as long as
I love going to the Heineken Regatta. I love doing all of those things. But why should they get the bulk of money and then we get the crumbs after. You know,
Agreed.
I mean, split it equal.
Not even equal.
Well,
But
yeah,
anyhow,
but you know,
I just asked the question. The reason I asked the question is because I know somebody from them listening. And they're probably going to say, but why Uncle asked that question? Because it needs to be asked.
it needs to be asked.
Correct.
It needs to be asked and it needs to be fixed. You understand? I love Carnival. Ain't nobody love Carnival more than me. You understand?
it too.
I party every night since Carnival start. All now Carnival done. I thinking of the next Carnival I'm going to go party to. But it still remains factual.
Yes.
Correct.
There are things in society that needs to be done. You understand? That also requires funds.
Yeah.
So if you're going to give an organization like Carnival $200,000, you understand what is wrong with taking $100,000 and giving 45.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I asked the question, and then you said, so who funds SXM Doet?
So SXM Doet, like I mentioned, is a project under the foundation of Be the Change, and the money actually comes straight from the Netherlands. So
what?
it's funded from the King. So it actually comes from Oranje Funds, which is a social initiative funding
Right.
agency. So there are a lot of different NGOs that also here in St.Maarten that tap into that funding that comes directly from the Netherlands. So just to give you a bit insight into like the whole planning, because a lot of people see SXM Doet and think it happens like this, not knowing that there are months of planning, there's evaluation meetings, and also recognizing that it doesn't just happen here in St.Maarten, but it happens across the Dutch Kingdom and in the Netherlands.
Also, so XSM.
So SXM Doet, when it's happening on Friday and Saturday, this Friday, May 15th and 16th, it happens also in Curacao, Aruba, Bonaire, Statia, and Saba. And all of these initiatives that happen, they are all funded by Oranje Funds, which is directly funded by the Dutch King. So this is like his gift and how he gives back into the citizens and the Dutch Kingdom.
Well, thank you very much to the King.
so this has been going on. So that's why it's called Oranje Funds. You can go online, you can check it out, and it's accessible to anyone that's registered as a foundation. You know, once you apply and really clear about your initiative, you get the funding.
Holland taking care of this part.
Sorry.
I said Holland, the King. Because you say the King, eh?
Yes,
Right.
Oranje Funds.
All right.
Yes.
The Oranje Funds.
Yes. So
from the King.
Yes.
What happened to we? I'm going to ask. So this is coming from that fund, but yet still, you're here.
Yeah, that's true. We
You're
are
here.
here.
You're here.
Yeah.
You understand?
So-
Because now your funds, again, you just said Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Saba, Statia. You understand? Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Saba, Statia. That's 5. Along
And
with
us,
That's
yeah.
6. You understand? So that fund is split between the 6 islands.
Yes, so we all have our budget that we
You
have
all
to
have
work
your own
with
budget.
to execute.
But sometimes I'm almost certain because with that, I think Doet is still involved with the elderly.
Yeah, so just so you know, it's a one-time thing throughout in the year. So,
So
it happens
annually,
Yes,
once.
annually. So this weekend is the one time that
one
we
time.
yes.
Yeah.
But
So-
you only stop at one time, though. Correct? There's other things throughout the year.
No, we only
Just that
have
one
it
time.
one time.
So just
yes.
that one time.
So this
Yeah,
is yes,
yeah.
but it takes so much preparation to get
That
to this
one time. Okay, all right.
Exactly.
No problem. So now I know.
Yes.
Again, I'm so happy about this because now I know. You
Yeah.
understand? I think I got to change the name of this program. What do you think? Because now I know. All right, good. Okay, so we can change it.
But
Huh?
also, Uncle Shadz, just to add as well, like what you were mentioning. So, as we mentioned, we all have our budget that we have to work with. But this year, I really want to shout out our sponsors because, like you mentioned, this cannot be done just so, you know, like
Right.
it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of support, you know. So, we have a lot of different sponsors that come on board. And I do want to shout out one of our main sponsors that we reached out to, which was Republic Bank. So they have supported us as well with additional funds, which we have used. For example, this year we had a pre-Doet party. So usually, aside from having like executing the weekend and supporting the NGOs when it comes to the finances and the logistical support as well, we also thank them because without the NGOs, without the volunteers, you know, without our sponsors, there's no Doet, you know, especially not to continuously every year bring it up and bring up the level to the scale that we want it to be.
Correct.
So We also have Republic Bank, but we also have a lot of different businesses as well and sponsors that contribute. So, for example, we have Heavenly Water, we have Divico, we have Carl & Sons, we have Cake House. We have so many different businesses here on the island that
thank
support,
you for that. I appreciate
you know, that, for example, NGOs also get coupon discounts, you know, so when they go, it also saves them on their budget that they receive, you know. So everyone has a role to play to make SXM Doet as big as it is and as impactful as it is as well. And it's something that, even though we say we're here for the 12 years now, we're going into our 12th edition, it's still something, because it happens this one time a year, it takes time to grow. You know, it takes time to still sensitize people to actually, for them to see the impact of SXM Doet, because it's not something that happens like every other month, you know, or every 6 months. It's once a year, so we have that one shot to make that impact and then sit down, evaluate, and see how we can do better next year. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for coming in. You see, I told you we had a conversation. 15 minutes, we gone almost a half an hour.
Yeah.
No, but thank you so much, and thank you so much for the information, and thank you so much for doing what you guys do. Thank you so much, Mara, for the elderly.
Thank you for having us.
Miss Lake,
Thank you.
White Nail Cross, and
SXM
Doet. So thank you so much for coming in on the Sunrise Sit Down. It was a wonderful conversation. I've been getting messages just popping up like, yeah, for real, like this is what's really going on. And I think a few of them will probably even hit you guys up and see what can be done and what help can be done. Because I think in a situation like this, y'all need help. As much help as you can get.
We all
You know
do.
what I'm saying? So
I mean, like, for instance, when you invite some government officials, they doesn't even show up.
They ain't got time.
You know?
They ain't got time, man. They ain't got time.
And the seniors love having them come there because
But they don't have the
they
time.
can talk with them, but they don't show up.
They ain't got the time, man, but they're busy doing other things, like checking the gas and them kind of thing, and GB and them kind of thing. They ain't got the time. You understand? So for me, like I say it how I see it. You understand? Right. And it's either or. It's either to say, there he goes again, or they just don't say nothing. Because these are the reasons why, you understand? Mm-hmm. Sometimes I say our country is in the position that it's in when we pay attention to the wrong things. You understand? And just don't put, like they say, put your money where your mouth is, and decide to do something right for a change. SXM is doing something right. White and Yellow Cross is doing something right, and you are doing something right. Do something right for a change. So I'm going to leave that there on that. Ladies, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you for
and
having
always
us.
feel free whenever you got the time and you want to come in and you want to speak on something. The Mood in the Morning with the Sunrise Sit Down is always open. So Sunshine City, you heard it here. It's SXM Doet, and it's the NGOs from the elderly and the White and Yellow Cross that came through. Thank you once again, ladies. I appreciate you. St.Maarten appreciate you. Everybody appreciates you for your hard work on what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you heard it here first. Well, not first, but you heard it here. And you know we're going to ask the hard questions and we're going to get all the right answers that you need to get. So keep it live. Don't you dare touch that dial. The time is exactly 18 minutes on the hour, 10 o'clock. And that was it for your Sunrise Sit Down.